Hey everyone, what's up? It's John from the Big Apple Film Festival. So today I want to talk about Big Apple Film Festival alumni from some years ago by the name of Marc Meyers. And I want to congratulate Marc because he is now going to be directing his first studio film for Universal. This is a really great story of independent filmmaker to studio filmmaker. What I think is really great about his story is that it really shows us the reality of what it is to really evolve as a filmmaker. You see a lot of young filmmakers, and a lot of them nowadays want instant gratification. Filmmakers that are just coming out of film school, making their first shorts or first student films or whatever, and they're hoping to hopefully get distribution, kind of make it to the big time, and start developing bigger projects very early on, and that happens for some people, and when it does, that's awesome. But the reality is that in most cases, and this is a true example of that, is that it's years and years of growing, and it's years and years of evolving as a filmmaker. So to give you an example, Marc started out actually as a playwright, and he wrote a series of stage monologues, which after some years, he actually adapted that into an independent film called Approaching Union Square, which is about a group of 30-something New Yorkers who are kind of dealing with relationship issues and things like that. Anyway, that film had its international premiere at the Montreal Film Festival. It went on to be shown on the Sundance Channel. So from there, then he continued to do stage work, and he also then moved on to his next independent film, which is a film that we showed at the Big Apple Film Festival called Harvest. And this is a story of 3 generations of an Italian-American family who all come together. It stars Robert Loggia, legendary actor. And so that film did the festival circuit, got some good buzz, got a nice write-up in the New York Times, and ultimately went on to be shown on Showtime. And then he continued, again, writing, stage work, things of that nature, which eventually led to his 3rd film called How He Fell in Love. Now, that film premiered at the LA Film Festival. This is a story about a young musician who's having an affair with this older woman. Got some good buzz at the Los Angeles Film Festival. Went ahead, got picked up for distribution. It got some cable play, some online release. Again, that one did well, got some good buzz, and then that helped him move on to his 4th film. Now he's on when he moved on to his 4th independent film called My Friend Dahmer, and this is a film that I saw at the New York City premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival, and this is adapted from a graphic novel about a kid who was friends with Jeffrey Dahmer back in high school. And so the story is told through his eyes as Jeffrey Dahmer's friend, and seeing the kind of person that he was, but through the eyes of his friend. So it's kind of like a biopic, but through somebody else's sort of perspective. And so that film got a lot of really great reviews. It got a theatrical release, online release, everything else, and again, did really well. So after years and years of stage work, being a playwright, developing plays, doing independent films, after finally 4 independent films, he now landed a deal with Universal. After all these years of work and growing as evolving as a filmmaker, he now landed this deal with Universal now to direct his first studio film. So the film that he's actually going to be directing, called All My Life, and it's a true story. It's based on a true story of a couple that was planning to be married. They're in their 20s. And the guy found out he had terminal cancer. He only had a year to live, and so they decided to get married early and enjoy the time that they had together. So it's a really beautiful story. It's a story that's been in the news, and it's kind of a pretty well-known story. And so Universal is adapting this true story into a film, and Marc's going to be directing it. So it really goes to show you that it's years and years of work, it's years and years of effort and growing and developing and evolving as a filmmaker, and it's learning your craft, and it's learning your art, and it's honing your skills. So this is a great example of an independent filmmaker who's now making the transition to studio films. So again, this is a Big Apple Film Festival alumni. Super proud of him. Congratulations to Marc Meyers, and a great inspiration to filmmakers.